Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. Yep, they are back from obscurity, back from being dormant. That franchise, I remember best, like some of you who remember it. Some of y'all might not be old enough to remember Rescue Rangers. It was on, the Disney Channel. And maybe it was on other channels before the Disney Channel, like in reruns or something like that. But it was one of those cartoons like Tailspin and Darkwing Duck that had these, even Bonkers. They had these, but it was before a lot of those, I think. But they had those energetic theme songs and everything to get you hyped. Chip, and Dale, they were these, I guess chipmunks. I don't know what you would call them. I think they're chipmunks. But either way, they were like the odd couple, kind of. You had the straight guy, straight as in like he was the normal, like straight and narrow, not anything to do with gender. And then you had Dale, who was like the aloof, goofy guy. Like Keenan and Kel, Drake and Josh. So many different examples of how that played out in different areas of television. So where am I going with this? Chip was more like an Indiana Jones archetype. He had the jacket on and the hat, and Dale just was rocking the Hawaiian shirt. That's what I remember as a kid, and that played to one guy being serious and the other guy being kind of silly. Then you had other people with him. You had Gadget, who, she could fix things, and then you had Monterey Jack. He was a mouse. So not everybody was a chipmunk. They were just rodents. And then you had Zipper, who was a fly. All these things you don't want in your home, but they were on your homes through TV weekly. And they had some kind of kingpin, kind of boss kind of guy. I don't remember his name, but it was this giant cat in a purple suit. Yeah. I don't remember all the characters. This is so long ago. So out of nowhere, Disney decided to make a movie. So they brought back, I shouldn't say brought back. They brought back these characters and the actors. I think it's Adam Sandberg from like Lonely Island, SNL, and then John Mulaney. You may remember him, stand-up comedian, or you may know of him. It's not like he's not doing stuff, but they're the voices. So I didn't know what to expect from this at all. I was really intrigued that instead of coming out in theaters, it went straight to Disney Plus. Not only that, but when you watch the trailer, or assuming you've seen the movie by now, because honestly, I didn't immediately review it because I felt like the kid in me, the nostalgia, might be blinding me. So let me sit on it a bit before just putting out a review. Because a lot of times you'll see something and you'll be like, oh, they gave me what they wanted, the nostalgia, so it boosts your rating, and the movie might not be as good. People give me flack for the Venom movie, and they're like, how do you give the Venom an 8 or a 7, or whatever it was I gave it? And a lot of that was, hey, it was better than the first Venom. It was funny, it was entertaining. Looking back, I guess I could give it a 7. Chip and Dale, after watching it, I felt like it was an 8. Am I still sticking with that? Stick around for the rest of the review. So, it shows what you think, how they would be after the success of the TV show. Difference is, this isn't like a cartoon movie. This is like a spiritual successor to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like, they're in like the real world, but in, their kind of, design. What I mean by that is Chip has the old aesthetic most of the characters do from the cartoon. Dale, on the other hand, has the new kind of Pixar animation. He's got that going on. And they attribute that to having like some kind of plastic surgery. Hey, all the cartoons are looking like this now, and that's the way, versus the hand-drawn traditional animation like, we all grew up watching. So I thought that was funny that they pointed that out. This ends up being a mystery, though, because what's happening here is you've got somebody who is taking these characters from various cartoon shows And if they don't have the money or they can't make their payment or for whatever reason, they ending up in these bootleg movies, and no one knows who's responsible for it. So it's revealed that Chip and Dale had somewhat of a falling out because Dale wanted to kind of go his own lane, as often happens. You have actors and actresses who, after a show's success, they try to do movies or do their own spin-off, and it may not work out. TV shows, like everything else in life, is not forever, and you kind of have to make the most of it while you can. You're lucky if you get more than a season, B, you get syndication, and then C, there's something going on for you after that. A lot of these guys that I grew up watching on TV shows, voice actors, actresses, they end up, at these Comic-Cons, and it's nice to be able to meet them and everything there, but if they're not doing something noteworthy, that's their source of income a lot of times. Meet and greets and autograph signings. This isn't a knock at any of these people. I'm just letting you know that just because you get on TV and get a show, it's not all peaches and cream or whatever it is the kids say. Or do they still say that? Kids used to say. So they try to show you that that's what Chip and Dale kind of went through. Chip has got like an insurance gig, and you don't know what the other characters are doing, and Dale, still immersed in the idea of getting the band back together, tries to convince Chip to, hey, we need to see how Monty's doing, and this one and that one, and eventually you find out what happens to these characters. Monty, for example, he ends up just really strung out on cheese being like a drug, and because he can't pay his debts, he ends up getting snatched up by this infamous character who is looking to, I guess, as payment, put these guys in bootleg movies. So without spoiling anything else, you find out what happens with Gadget and Zipper. I won't reveal that here. You can see the movie if you haven't already. But eventually the team, at least, Chip and Dale, they work with the actual police force. It's very weird. It's weird to see that he's got these little chipmunks. That not only are they chipmunk size compared to these, 6 foot tall, 5 foot tall humans, but they're cartoons, right? And they execute this properly, where the people who are the actors and actresses, they pretend like there's an actual, chipmunk beside them. It's as if, they've got somebody right here, and it's like, hey, let's go figure out where Olimar is. Olimar from Pikmin, that is. So maybe we'll just finish the rest of the review with him back here. I don't know. The movie, animation-wise, was good. So the quality was good there. The voice acting didn't bother me. There was moments where the people I was watching it with, they laughed. There was segments of them trying to rap, and I guess that was their way of saying, hey, this is our musical, or whatever, So it was funny nonetheless. We'll move him out of the way. So there was humor there. There was some action sequences. You have Seth Rogen in here. I don't know who his character's trying to use by trying to be like a sentry for the one of the villains in the movie, and I think he did a pretty good job in that role. I think Paul Rudd was in there. They had a nice little funny spoof of him being Ant-Man, not A-N-T, but A-U-N-T. A lot of people say aunt, like auntie. But then you have people say auntie. So for all these people who were auntie, take that. Paul Rudd was Ant-Man. There was a lot of cameos from characters in here too. I won't ruin all of those, but even the aforementioned Roger Rabbit is in here. So that was really good. I overall think that they went in a darker direction, which was welcome too, because it's really for those of us who grew up watching the show, and we're not kids anymore. So they balanced you know, being a movie aimed at kids, but also those who were, you know, eager to look at it, who were adults. They had, you know, some themes in there for all of us. So overall, I'm gonna give it a 7. I think I'm gonna give it a 7. 7 earthworm gems out of, you know, 10. You know, and I don't even think I have 7 earthworm gems, so we're going to give it 3 earthworm gems out of 5. But for those of you who want those 7 out of 10s, that's what it's going to be there. So let me know. Did you guys like this movie? Did you not like it? Let me know what you want me to watch next. If you've been watching the Twitch playthroughs and some of the stuff on YouTube, you'll know a couple of things. You'll know that there's a book on the way, 10 or 12 principles, so it's still in your youth, if I can talk correctly. There's that on the way, and in paperback form, not just ebook. We've got some Yoshi's Island. We've got a join feature. So if you're watching here on YouTube and you like these movie reviews and want to help out and you're not already a Patreon, consider joining. $2.99 gets you super chat and interactions with me depending on what level you use. So not just the $2.99. That's the bronze feature. You've got a silver tier and then a gold tier. So check those out for more information for stuff that I'm just kind of rambling over to get more info. If you're into playing video games, you get an opportunity to actually play video games with me. So check those things out because I'm legally obligated at this point to uphold my end of the bargain, and I might as well promote it while I'm at it. So yeah, good movie. Maybe next time we watch Top Gun, maybe the Nick Cage movie that is not really showing everywhere. We've got that. Be on the lookout. There might be Thor, Love and Thunder. Those are the 3 movies that will be next on my radar for those of you who want to know what I may look at next, since Chip and Dale really wasn't released in theaters. That said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope to see you again soon. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out.
Captain Sensation.
Captain Sensation.